Hello everyone, welcome back to Kirklees Guitar School. Today we're going to have a look at Rumble by Link Wray. It's an absolute guitar must for anybody, any student of the guitar that's wanting to get into electric guitar. There's some really cool bits in it to talk about. So this is an instalment of my Riffmas series. At the time of recording, we're in December 2024, and I'm running a competition where you can win a free lesson with me. If you'd like some more information on that, head to the first link in the description and you can find out all about it and how you can enter. Also, a free tab of this is available from the Kirklees Guitar School Facebook group. If you want to download the PDF, you need to go to the Facebook group, which is the first link in the description. Join the group and navigate to the Files tab, and everything I've ever done on YouTube there is for free download. Don't want anything from you, but it might be good for you to have a pick through some of that and get some ideas. Right, so this is what we are up against today. So we're not learning the full tune, we're just learning sort of 12 bars of it, something like that. 10, 12 bars maybe. So yeah, this is what we are looking to do. Okay, so I just want to caveat this lesson of it's like 4 degrees outside and I'm really struggling to keep this in tune. So if there's a couple of cuts, that's because I've had to put it back in tune. All of the other guitars are behaving themselves, but this one has decided it doesn't want to today. So if there's a couple of little tuning issues, I apologise in advance. No doubt somebody will still let me know though. Right then, so we are here first. In fact, I think a better thing to do actually, these are the 4 chords that we're going to be looking at in today's class. So we've got a D5, which is like a D chord with the second finger taken off the high E string. We've got an E major chord, we've got an A major, and then we've got a B7. So take a screenshot if you need to, or pause the video and get those under your fingers, or use the chapters feature and get the, if you're struggling, especially with that B7, if you can't remember it once it comes round, come back to here and check it out. So let's move on with the lesson. So some could argue that this is in 6/8 and some will argue that it's in 4. Now what I mean is, do we count in groups of 6 or do we count in groups of 8? I said 4 a second ago. I'll show you what I mean. Now that we're going to play that D5 chord and then we're going to play the E chord, and the E chord is going to last for 6 beats. Can you see here we play this E chord, and these I call them washing lines jokingly, these are called ties, and what that means is you're going to hold on to this chord for quite a while, so much so that it actually bleeds over into the next bar. So looking at this entire bit of music here, we're playing the D5 twice and the E just the once, not twice. That note's sustained, so you're going to go D, D, E, like this. Now I know it's not strictly what's written on the music, but how I'd count this is, I'd play the 2 D chords, and then we call that a lead-in, excuse me. We call that a lead-in, so those 2 last for a beat apiece. So I'm just going to strum those 2. And then as soon as I catch that E chord, I'm going to count to 6. Because this whole thing lasts for 6 beats. And this D here is his 7th beat. And this second D here is his 8th beat. So if I was to play that E, I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a good way to get the timing. You could count it in 6/8, and I know a lot of people have transcribed it in that, but I feel like you getting the timing's more important than me being factually 100% correct. I hope that's come across. So we've got 2 beats of D that's kind of like, that's just to get it going. And as soon as we play this E chord, I want you to count to 8 for every 2 bars. This lasts for 6 beats. This lasts for 2 beats. 6 beats, 2 beats. 6 plus 2 is 8, or at least last time I checked it was. So you've got D, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just to read ahead, we're going to an A chord next, which is in the next slide. But if you need to rewind that so that I explain it again, please do, or pause the video and get that under your fingers. The more time you spend here, the easier the following 2 slides are going to be for you, okay? If I haven't explained that well enough, let me know in the comments and I'll come back to you and I'll try and sort of come at it from another angle. So I hope that makes sense. So moving on, like I said, we're going to go to an A chord there. So we play that A chord. And again, we're following the same pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then before we go to that B7, we'll talk about that in a second. But can you see from here all the way to here, it's the end of that D5. The first 1, 2, 3, 4. First 4 bars in this slide follow that same sort of group of 8. 6 on the long chord, 2 on the short chord. Then when we go to the B7, now this is really clever. He's going to go to the B7 chord, which looks like this. He plays the first note, second fret of the A string for a beat, and then strums the remainder of the chord. Now that initially sounds like hard work, but I disagree. It actually gives you a little bit more time to get your fingers in the right place. So you come from, if we go from the beginning, you've got A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. So can you see how that very first, that second fret lasts for a beat? So that's beat 1, 2, 3, 4, and keeping true to form, see how it spills over into the next bar, just like all the other long chords have for 6 beats. Right, now would be a really, really good time. I'm going to scutch forward to this slide over here. We have covered the first 2 lines of this, okay? Get that under your fingers. If you feel like you've got enough going on there, get that under your fingers first before we go to this little lead guitar bit. If you're reasonably confident, we're going to walk down the E minor pentatonic scale. This features a couple of times in Riffmas. It's in Shaking All Over as well. I don't know if Shaking All Over's happened yet, or if not, I've just given you a look into one of the future ones. So we've got 3rd fret open on the high E, 3rd fret open on the B, 2nd and open on the G, 2nd and open on the D, 2nd and open on the A, and then I'm going to play that 3rd fret. I'm going to bend it ever so slightly and then play that last note open, followed by, pause the video if you need to, or what we'll do in fact actually, practice it all together. Now I'd pause now instead and get it under your fingers. Remember, you can download this from the Facebook group. Okay, so tones. Link Wray famously he played quite a few different guitars, but in fact, those of you that are students of the school will know that I commissioned the art room across the way in the complex where the studio is to do a portrait of Link Wray with the SG sort of pulling his face with the leather jacket and the Ray-Bans on. So it felt right to get the SG out. I'm using a tube screamer, but I've not got loads and loads of gain. It's more, at that time, he'll have achieved that tone by plugging into a valve amp and turning it up really loud to get some natural kind of preamp distortion from his amplifier. I could do it from this if I wanted to deafen everybody in the complex, where basically I just plug into it and turn it up to 10 and just kind of bask in its loveliness. But I'm getting a pedal to do it today. And it's not overly aggressive. I'm using the back pickup. You know, I think classic rock. It's that kind of vibe. It's not too aggressive. It's not too mean. Again, this is a mantra in most lessons that I've been saying recently. It's more about hearing the clarity of the notes. You want the distortion, but you still want to hear all of the sort of high end of the chords that you're playing. If it sounds mushy and it sounds really muddy, you've too much gain and you need to wind it right back. So Let me know how you got on with that in the comments. If you want me to explain that rhythmic thing again, do let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to sort of type it up. And I'll see you in a couple of days for the next instalment of Riffmas. Thank you so much.